Hi everybody, it's Cindy, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I'm back for an update. As I promised, my next video would be on November 15th. I don't know where the time's going. I don't know how it's November 15th, but it is. So let's get started. Let's see what I've been up to. I've actually been up to a lot. This is my stitching season. I'm still adjusting to how early it gets dark, but I am adjusting. So I'm gonna show you what I've been working on. This pattern was started by my son in June of 2017. He stitched one small piece, and this was his second piece, and he was doing winter Amish. He was doing this piece. He stitched most of it, and then he gave it to me a while ago. And he said, "Ma, can you finish this up for me?" And at the time, he went back to school and got his master's degree, and he moved a couple of times, and he was in management, and he's had a whole lot of change. We've all had so many life changes in 4 years, but I'm going to show you the finished piece. Now, I haven't fully finished it yet. Now, his birthday is on November 27th. He's going to be 30, and I thought this was an awesome gift to give him for his birthday, and he probably forgot like I did, but I'm like, I gotta pull this out, I gotta finish it. So what I stitched is, he stitched all of this. He did most of it. I filled in all of this, the bottom part here, this road and the bottom part, and I did all the back stitching. Now the back stitching in the pattern called for different colors, and it just, he had done some of the back stitching, but it didn't even show. So of course I pulled out my black, black standard back stitch, and look how awesome that is. Isn't that awesome? It's great. I'm super excited to give this to him in a couple weeks. It'll be his birthday. So that was project number one. Now this pattern, it's from 1985, and designer was Linda Myers at the time. And Art for the Needle. I'll show it again. This is an old pattern. It came with two patterns, this one and this one, and it does have this one too. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but I'm excited to give that to him because I don't know if I'll ever pick up cross stitch again, but hey, I tried. I tried with all three of my kids, and nobody has the desire like us stitchers do, but who knows, maybe one day again he will pick that up. We shall see. Okay, now the next couple of pieces are going to be, some of them are gifts, and they're not fully finished because I think it's only been 2 weeks since my last video, and I will show you what I've been working on. These are super cute. Give me 1 second. Now the next piece that I started, this is by Abby Rose Designs, and it's called Primitive Merry Christmas Pillow. I don't think I'm going to do it into a pillow, but this is the pattern. I know a lot of people have stitched it, and I wanted to do it. I love it. I love it has an old world style to it. It reminds me of when Christmas used to be simple and easy. But I stitched this on 36 count Picture This Plus Edinburgh. There you go. Merry Christmas. Isn't that pretty? I love the lettering in this piece. So that was the second piece I was working on. And the next piece I did is now this goes back to the 2010 cross stitch ornament issue. Now I have a ton of the old ones. The past couple of years I have not bought this magazine because hardly any of the designers I love are in here anymore. I think the older ones are much better as far as designs. And actually the piece I did is Love and Joy Come to You, and I'm going to show that to you. I stitched it on 28 count hand-dyed Jobelin Stonehenge, and look at that. It's really pretty. Different colors for sure, but absolutely love it. And this is, like I said, from the 2010. This is by Blackbird Designs. Like, that's what I mean. They're not in the newer ornament issues, and there's a lot of my favorite designers aren't in them anymore, so I don't buy them anymore, and I don't want to just buy something just to collect something, but love, love, love the old ones. There's so many pieces you could pull out and do. So that was the next piece I was working on. And the last piece that I was working on is a Blackbird Designs Honeysuckle Manor. Now I'm going to show you some stash I bought. This was included in my stash. I had gift cards from last year that I wanted to close out, so I gathered my stuff and I saw what I wanted to order. But I love these booklets, and this is actually, you can see I stitched the little house. I switched the colors, and in this book it's this house here. Now they made them like into pin keeps. I switched the colors. The house was more pink in here. I did red with the moon, and it's a tiny little piece. I used it on a piece of scrap, but this book is awesome. I'll show you the back. The back of that. Like, how cute is that? I love these. Love, love, love these. So I don't have all of them. I don't know if I'll ever have all of them, but I'm not into getting all of them. But I like this one too. I really like that house. I love houses, so I just pull little snippets out of them. You can make gifts and ornaments and stuff like that. So that is what I've been stitching on. It is amazing how much I did in the past 2 weeks. It's my stitching season. It gets dark before I get off of work. I can't go hike my mountain at night. So kind of back into stitching. I have started rewatching Downton Abbey, and I think the last time I watched it was 6 years ago. So it's always good to sit and stitch and watch that. I love the costumes and things like that. So I'm going to show you, we're going to be doing the drawing today for all of the ornaments, and I'm going to show them to you. If you're new, you might not have seen these, but I'm giving away 5 ornaments. That is number 1. How cute. Hold on, because I got to reach for these. This is... I have them in order to keep them in order. That's number 2. This is number 3. That is number 4. I love the little stick pin. And this is number 5. So stick around and see who won these. I'm excited to get these out in the mail for everybody. Super cute. All right, so I had gift cards, so I wanted to make sure I cleared them out and started, a new year, because some of them I had for a while, and they were from 123 Stitch. My son likes giving me those because it's an easy gift and I love it and I always use it. But I got Plum Street Sampler, The Gatherer in, and I'll try and bring that in. There you go. I love the colors in it. It has a lot of full colors. Love it. And I got the threads, although they didn't have all of the threads because supply and demand. The chain is broken. I think I'm supply and demand and the chain. Now, I am not a Halloween person, or I don't stitch Halloween, but there's snippets in here I really liked. And this is Away We Ride, Blackbird Designs. I love the house. I love the crow. I like this snippet, and this snippet. I would never stitch the whole thing. Like I said, I don't do Halloween at all. Although my son's favorite holiday is Halloween. So, go figure. But love this pattern for the snippets. And then the next 4 patterns, oh, she's just, I don't know. She's always got it going on. Brenda Gervais. This is Souvenirs of the Heart, Home for Christmas. Let's see, there you go. Try not to get the glare. It's super cute. That's number 1. I got The Bells of Christmas, and I've seen this a lot. Now, I don't know if I'll finish them into bells like this, but I do like the designs. I like the color scheme and pattern of that. So I definitely like that one. Candy Cane Wishes, another one. Brenda always comes out with, I don't know how some of these designers do it. They always have so many coming out and amazing. And this is Mr. Marshmallow. Look at how cute he is. Now I wouldn't do it on the lime linen, but I'd pick a different color, but he's cute. You switch up the colors. I switch up the colors all the time on the pattern. So those 4 I bought. And the next thing, okay, so it's towards the end of the year. And the last couple of years I've been using a happy planner. And I know a lot of people are posting the planner that everybody's getting this year. And I don't like having what everybody else has. So it's a much, the happy planner, they switched. I don't know who's designing or releasing, but they totally, I think they really messed up that whole line, and I have no desire to get any one of those again. I don't like the designs. I don't like what's going into it. It's just lost its whole appeal to me. But as they would have it, I found a cross-stitch planner calendar, and it was in Office Depot, and I thought it was perfect. It's perfect for me. It's not super big. You open it up, it's got the boxes and it's got the sidebar. And that's how I keep track of what I'm starting to stitch, when I finish it, what I stitched on. I don't really do a big thing, but I do like the planner. It's simple and I have cross stitch. How awesome is that? I couldn't believe I found it. I'm like, I was telling my sister, I need a planner and I don't like anything that's out. And it's hard to find anything in stores because I think everybody buys online, and a planner is something you really need to see and open and see if it has what you like in it. I don't need a very detailed planner. I do have, hold on one second. I'm gonna beg, sorry. All right, I got some Snoopy stickers because Snoopy rocks, he's my favorite. I got some sunflower stickers. So I got some stickers, not a whole lot. I don't need a whole lot. I just wanted some. What else have I been up to? Well, I have been hiking. Today I actually, on Saturday and Sunday, I could go do my mountain hike, which is not far from me at all because it's daylight and I could go hike. Like I say, I get off of work, it's already dark, and I don't like this time of year because I don't get to hike, my mountain every day. So I've been doing that on the weekends. And I'm going to include a picture right here. That was today. Look at the colors. We still have a lot of colors where I am. It's beautiful. It's autumn. There's no one really on the trail. The leaves are all through the trails. You hear crunch, crunch, crunch while you walk in the whole trail. It's just a great place to be out in nature. I love being out in nature. It's my zen, it's my relaxation. I love it. The next thing, okay, so my sister sent me a book. So I read a couple of books and I haven't read, it's been several years since I read a book. Now when I pick up a book, I read it and I finish it, I get into the book. Years ago, I used to quilt, and if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you've seen my quilts in the background and stuff. I haven't I didn't quilt a whole bunch of I think I made like 7 quilts. I didn't make a lot. And the reason why I don't quilt anymore is I had to pick what hobby I really wanted to do due to the expense. I can't afford to do quilting and cross stitching. Quilting is way more expensive than cross stitch because fabric is extremely expensive, and it's really more expensive than when I was doing it 15, 17 years ago. I mean, fabric is expensive, but my sister said, she's like, you gotta read this book. You gotta read this book. Now, here is the book. Jenny Doan, Missouri Star Quilt Company. And she tells her story. It is such a good read. It's funny. She's funny. She has some good stories in here, and it's really an inspiring book and story. It's such a good read. It's an easy read. She has quite a story, and I gotta say, when I was getting to the end of the book, I don't like when books end, and I think that's why I don't read a whole lot. When they end, I get upset because like it's done, and then I don't know, I get very involved in the story emotionally. The last 2 chapters, I think I was crying. Good tears, not bad tears. It's so inspirational. I definitely recommend this book. It's called How to Stitch an American Dream. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this book on to someone else to read. So if you want a chance to win the book, leave a comment below and just have the word book included, and I will pick the winner on my next video and ship it out. Now, I don't know when that's going to be. I'm not going to give you a timeline. We were going in to the holidays and Christmas and all that good stuff. So I don't know when my next video is going to be. It's probably sometime in December, but I don't know when. Due to stitching, I don't know what I'll be doing. But if you want a chance to win this book, just write book in your comments below. I guarantee you'll love this story. And her company is amazing. Now, after reading this book, it makes you want to quilt again. It really does. And I'm like, oh, I want to quilt. But one of my closest friends, her 2 daughters are both pregnant at the same time. One is due in May and one is due in July. And it's her first grandkid, so she's gonna have 2 grandkids at once. So I did go. I went to the fabric store, which I haven't been in years, and there's not a whole lot of them left out there. So I'm gonna show you what I picked out. There wasn't hardly any selection for babies. It was a whole store of all kinds of fabric, but not a lot for babies. But what I did like is I loved this print. And this print, let's see if we can get it all in. It has, look at them. It has the animals. It's super cute. And what I did is I picked up for the backing, and I got the foxes. And I got, this is for the back. It's so cute. Stinking cute, I call it. But I will be making a baby quilt. They're not due till next year, so I don't have to do this anytime soon. But I did head out to the fabric store. That's how inspirational that book is. And a part of reading it, I'm like, oh, I wish I could quilt again. But it's too expensive. It really is to buy the fabric, put it together, and then unless you're top quilting it to yourself, which I don't have, I just have a little tiny sewing machine. Unless you're doing that, it is expensive to have your quilts top quilted. So that is why I did give up quilting, but I always love fabric, and we use fabric to finish our pieces and things like that. It's just, just how it is, you always have fabrics to finish your pieces and stuff, and I love going to fabric stores, although, like I said, there's really not that many left, and it's a shame, really. There used to be a ton of fabric stores everywhere, but everything's gone to online, so I definitely try and support local shops when I can. So that purchase is, I'm helping, a small business, which is always good. As far as what I'm going to be doing going into the holidays and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'll be working. I'm going to be finishing up my gifts, getting those done. I started the pumpkin piece, and I'm going to pull out, I don't have a whole lot of whips, but I have whips that probably 2, 3, 4 years old. Listen, I'm an outdoor person per se, but during the winter I'm a full-fledged stitcher. So I love some of the floss tubes out there. I watch just like you watch. They're inspiring, they're funny. Some people I really miss. Some people pulled down their videos altogether. I don't know what happened to them. I'm not going to mention their names, but some of the people I really do miss. I actually started doing YouTube February of 2017. So this is my 5th year. It's hard to believe that it's been 5. This is my 5th year of putting out YouTube videos. And I did go back and watch one to see where my son had started that piece, because I didn't remember. It is a timestamp on everything. It's fun to see. I do my YouTube videos to provide inspiration to others, to pick up needle, thread. You know, you can tell, look, I got stuff in the back here. I've stitched a lot. Getting close to 30 years I've been stitching now, so it's been a long, long time. And it's something I enjoy doing, and I hope I pass that on to you. I love this community. I love sharing. It's something fun to do. I'm going to be including some videos and some pictures of just certain things I've been doing, and you know what I've been doing, and hiking and stuff like that. It is cold. When I went out there today, it's funny, you start hiking, I got my coat on, my gloves, I got my poles and stuff. Just 10 minutes of walking, the coat's off, the gloves are gone, and you just have a very light jacket, because you sweat when you hike. You're climbing up and down hills and rocks and stuff like that. So I'm still doing that, and we're in the middle of November, so that's exciting. I'm excited to see my son for his 30th birthday. I'm excited for that. I cannot believe he's going to be 30. I do want to thank everybody who left me a comment on my last video about my friend Ray. Please still pray for him. He's still in the hospital. It's almost 2 months he's in the hospital now, so I appreciate all the prayers that you could give for Ray, and thank you so much. Everybody wrote me a comment about that, and I thank you so much. Prayers, I really do believe, help people. And until we meet again, everyone, happy stitching. I'm going to be including the video of the winners, so stay around for that. And I hope everybody has an enjoyable, safe holiday season. Hi everybody, we're here for the drawing of the 5 ornaments, and we're going to start with number 1. So I put everything in, and here we go. Elizabeth Seltzer. She wrote a long one. Cindy, you are such a sweet soul. Thank you for spreading love and kindness. I would love to have a piece of your art on my Christmas tree. And she put down all the numbers. I also love my garden of flowers. I will be bringing in many indoor plants that I put out every year. I have to save their lives. They make me so happy. Hugs and stitches, Betsy in Maryland. Okay, so her actual real name is Betsy. Betsy, you won number 1. In the down arrow, you'll find my email address. Please send me your snail mail address. And we're going to move on to number 2. Okay, and we're moving on to number 2. Rita Neal, sorry to hear about your sorrows. Be strong. Think of you and your son enjoying the hikes you've been on this year. Your finishes are beautiful. Love them all. And she wrote down all of the other numbers. See you on the 15th. And Rita, you'll be so happy you won number 2. Again, my email address is below in the show notes. please send me a snail mail and we will get these out to you. We're going to move on to number 3. Okay, we are moving on to number 3. Tweet, tweet, Tweety. The ornaments you have made are beautifully stitched and finished. They will be treasured. I'm so sorry for the loss of your friends. Prayers for your friend Ray. Your autumn finishes are gorgeous. North Carolina is a beautiful state. So glad you got to enjoy hiking with your son. Tweet, tweet, Tweety. You are the winner of number 3. And again, my email address is in the show notes down below. And we will move on to number 4. Okay, we are going to do number 4 now. Jean Truckee. Beautiful stitching created by a beautiful soul. Your description of Mount Mitchell makes me want to hike there too, although I would need to work up to it. Wonderful pictures. Jean, you are the winner of number 4, and we're going to move on to the last one, number 5. Number 5 is Julie Tippy. It sure has been a rough year or so, that's for sure. So sorry for the losses that you have had in your life. Yes, I will pray for Ray. All of your ornaments are darling. Your videos are such a treat. I love the photos you put at the end. I always have to stop stitching and watch that part closely. Julie, I'm so glad you enjoy the pictures I put at the end. You are winner of number 5, Julie. Again, everyone, my email address is below. Send me a snail mail. And once I get all the addresses, I'll be mailing them all out together. Happy stitching and thank you for participating. Hi everybody, I'm out on the trail. As you can see, look at the sky. Look at all of the colors. No one on the trail today, just myself. Love the crunch of the leaves. Get out and hike.